Hi everybody, Kent from Oz here, and here is my June 2013 update of my Filofax. So I'm going to go through very quickly. So let's open it up, and as you can see it's an A5 Stratford from Filofax. The leather, I will have to say, the leather is very good, and it's got a very slight grain to it. I'll just try and lift it up so you can see. Oh, it's a bit hard on the video, but it just feels very good, and it's very firm. It's not too floppy. It's got, I'd say, cardboard inside, and I'm really very happy with how this is at the moment. So let's open it up and have a look. Now inside here, I've got I'll start on the outsides and work my way in, and this great little clip here on the side. My two pens, I'm still using friction erasable pens. I've also added a permanent black Kilometrico pen to do journaling, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. On here we've got just the cards and a couple of post-it notes and quite a coppery looking paper clip and just a token there. Quite a generous pocket on the inside, it can fit quite a lot in. Then also a zippered pocket, so it's again quite easy to access in there. And I store usually things I don't want dropping out in there, not that they do drop out. And then underneath that also another generous pocket underneath as well, so there's quite a lot of storage on the inside cover. Again, the 6 rings, and then my plastic cover sheet with my ID information, and then these great KikiK dividers. So nothing has really changed. The big thing that has changed is that in this first one with work, nothing there. Well, just a post-it note I forgot to transfer. What I have done for June is I've actually have moved my work into another Filofax for a couple of reasons. Very soon I'll be changing job descriptions at where I work, and that may entail me needing to use more space in the Filofax, and I really am struggling, even though these are lovely 30mm rings, still struggling to try and keep everything that I need in here without making it too bulky. So the work one had to go, and so what I'm doing here is having it just as a personal Filofax, and I've trialed it for about 2 weeks, and at the moment it does work okay, but when I change my job I'll have to re-look at whether it will work at all. So at the moment work is not in. I've got my calendar, which I've shown in my other videos, so I won't go through that. For those who haven't seen my calendar, I'll just open up it, say around November, and I have printed my own horizontal pages with a small bit of notes area on the bottom, pre-printed, and special birthdays I've just noted down there as well. I find the horizontal works best for me. After that, just a couple of pages, and I won't show you this at the moment, but I have been looking at some visual planning, and I've got another video, so if you check through my channel you'll be able to see what this is all about, so I won't go through there today. This is the Filofax paper, the inserts, and then up until now red has been for work, black personal. So let's just follow through. And my pages, I've been using washi tape just to separate up the top here. This is a note section that Filofax on the week on 2 pages setup have. So I just put a line there just to divide it between my Monday and to make sure this is a separate section here. And then I've also used washi tape just to divide my weekends. So at a glance, my work is this area, weekends here, notes up here. What I have changed, and let's go to this last week, is that I have taken my, I was missing this divider ruler, and I had this in my Collins Debden planner, and it's this great, very thick, wide day one plastic ruler with a sleeve, and it had the Franklin Covey holes in it, so I've just placed my new holes in there, and I really find this works for me because I can see through it, and also grabbing it up the top here, it's very easy to grab. I find the Filofax ruler is just a little bit too small, and this one is quite thick plastic, and I can feel it straight away. So, and it helps me to turn the pages over. So I'll just demonstrate what I do. So if I wanted to just grab my page, I can feel it straight away, and I just flip it straight over. Now there is a second thing that I found that I can use, and I'll talk about that in just a few minutes. As you can see in my setup, now I've also started to also put weather stickers, and I want to thank my friend from the Filofax Facebook website who gave me a whole range of these stickers. She printed them up on Avery sticker pages, and they really work really well. So when I do remember, so you can see we've had a little bit of overcast weather, but sunny days, and I put that on the top there, and I'll just move that to the side, and also put stickers, and that's a birthday sticker just to let it pop out a little bit. The other thing I have done is you might have noticed that I don't have any highlighters anymore, and what I've done is I found that although I do like the erasable highlighters, what would happen is that when I would write with my friction pen my note and then highlight it, the highlighting ink would tend to make the black ink bleed, and I found that just a little bit messy, and though I could erase it and that wouldn't be a problem, I just found that highlighting something, once I've done something, I really don't need it anymore. So what I've come up with is these removable highlighter strips, and I've actually got them on my ruler there, and what they are is those fluorescent post-it notes that you can see through. So if I actually place it down, say I want to mark here, I can just place it down, it's got adhesive, and it highlights, and it actually works really, really well. Now the beauty about these are, when I'm finished, I just place them back up there. So at the moment I've got about 6 or 7 which I use, and then I place them just on the ruler, and because they are see-through, then it doesn't really block a lot. So that's one of the differences I've got here. Okay. Now the thing I'm going to show you, and I might just take this off this ruler, is that I have, and I'll just go to an empty page, so this will be the week after next, and I'm going to lift the page up a bit closer. So what I've done is, in one of my videos I used to draw a highlighter line down the center and then erase it, and that worked okay, but I've come up with this one, and I'll just bring it up a bit closer so you can have a look. You can just see that what I have is put dots on either side of the page. So I divided the page, and this is where I do my to-do and notes here, and my time agenda here. And what I find is that I separate them out by about ½ a centimeter, and I create each one as a dot point. It just works the same way, and it keeps it very neat. So I'll just go back down again. Now the beauty about using this, and I only found this out once I put it in, was that it actually covers half of the sheet. So you can see there. So I don't need to get a ruler. All I need to do is just use this, and then dot 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 dot, and so on, and then again on the other side as well. So the to-do list dots, easy to do using this ruler, so there's quite a few different uses just for this one thing. Now I do the dots on this side as well, but what I found is, and I've done about 4 weeks in advance, I really don't need these. So these, after they run out, and I won't bother even erasing them, but I just did them to test it out, and I usually do my time, and I'll just show you quickly how I do that. Actually, I can do it on this one. So you can see that we've got, oops, sorry about the camera. So you've got the dots down there, and then I use that as the time. So there's a 3:30 there, so the dot sort of separates the hour and the minutes. like so. Okay, so I don't actually think I need these dots anymore here on just for the time, but this ruler works really well. So I'll keep you updated. So I'll just put my ruler back where I need it to be. And of course I have post-it notes as well, and it's been quite a busy week this week. And what I'll do is usually put a lot of the post-it notes in the notes section here. These were work that I was trying to remind myself to follow and remember things that I was working on today, and what I'll do is either throw them away or put them up here. And I find this section also is great for just storing those post-it notes as well. So as you can see, my day is to do on this side, and my time schedule on this side. What I do is once I've done something, I do cross it off. So these things that are highlighted I still haven't done. When I do that, I'll take the highlighter off and then cross it off, and I seem to also do a tick. Why? It just works. So my diary is a little bit different, but essentially the same. Over here, just got some personal things. Again, my puzzles are still like that. So my personal area, just to do with watching what I eat and exercise. Here, and I'm sure some of you will be, I don't know, applauding, but I've actually done a little bit of a creative cover for my journal. Now, as you can see here, I've got these really nice, and I always try and find things that are not too girly, and these are paper clips. And not that there's anything wrong with being girly, but it just isn't me. And I found that I've got these paper clips that have got sports and just some, they all almost look like buttons. And I found that it caught my eye, and I can use that just to hold the pages of the cover of my journal together. So inside my journal, and I won't go through that, but I have got two of those paper clips and then just another large one to hold it on the bottom. And so my journal entries go in here, and then once I do perhaps 5 or 6 or 7 pages, I'll then transfer them into another binder where I store my journal entries. So, but I got some card stock from a local craft store, and that's a washi tape, which is because I'm a science and math teacher. Lots of numbers there, and it's just sort of the colours. It's sort of like a brown with red diamonds, and then this is black washi tape with gold numbers on the front. And it looks good to me, so I'm happy with that. And of course I did the back as well, and a little bit of washi tape here just to help strengthen the edges so it doesn't pull off. At the back here, again, just usual notes and lots of other things. I have transferred quite a few of them from my Franklin Covey 7-hole binder, and don't like the look of all these multiple holes, but at the moment I'm okay with that. And then also too, just some inspirational things here, some goals, setting some goals, and a lot of them I've already talked about before. Presents, ideas. I do review them. I still go over and look at things and add things as well. When I know I need to get rid of them, then they go. Okay, I usually don't store my notes. Either they're in the binder or they go. So that's how I've organised that. And again, there's a home section, and this is basically the same as well, just lots of different measurements. And I did print up it's hard to see again, but if I bring it up very close, you might be able to see. Can the camera focus? Probably not. There we go. A grid of dots just to help with diagrams in case I ever need to sort of draw a diagram or take measurements for things. Again, my internet section where I've got my blog and ideas and a whole range of pages of ideas for future entries, and also for my blog and for my YouTube channel. So a whole range of different notes. And I just take copious notes, and then once I've finished with an idea or I've published a video, then I will cross it off. So as you can see, none of these are crossed off yet, and so these are ones that I will be doing in the future. Okay. Oh, actually, there's one that's crossed off, and I've got the date and a tick that tells me that that's what I've done. So won't let you see all of that because you'll see them on videos later. After that, just a bit of planning section. I've got not a lot, just a couple of to do. And again, these are transferred. You can see if they look like bullet holes, and that's just again going from the 7-ring to the 6-ring binder. And I find too that if you can see here, the Filofax hole punches punch closer to the edge. Franklin Covey hole punches larger holes and more inside. So it looks a bit like Swiss cheese. That's okay. And then at the back, again, finance. And I've just done my taxes, and I've got a ruler here. So again, it was the quick find, and I use the ruler there. And I find that this still is one of the best things I've ever done, in that it just, all of the receipts go in, and then I transfer the information to a spreadsheet, and my tax is done. I do also write other big items that are not purchases for tax. For instance, like it might be buying fuel or paying a large utilities bill. So I've got that as a spreadsheet as well. Couple of sheets of paper at the back, Filofax paper. I do find the lines are a little bit too close together for my handwriting, but that's okay. They're there for notes as well. Now at the back I have transferred this one over, and you might go, oh my goodness, I've gone overboard. But I do use these flags almost every day. And most of these are messages: appointment, remember, do, send card. I've got some larger ones there as well, a couple of line post-it notes, and here are these fluorescent post-it ones. I won't pull them off, but you can see that you can see through them, and I've got an orange and a yellow one, and then I've just cut them down into 4 very small strips, and that works well for me too. And then in here, just this is a 3-pocket layer plastic folder with all important things I need to store. And at the back, place for the notebook, which I don't use, and unfortunately I do miss my iPad mini, which is in the back, but I will live with that. I think it would just be too bulky, and also just the chance that it could slip out, being not a zipper Filofax. There's also another generous pocket in the back here, so if you ever do want to get a great A5 binder, I really can't fault the Stratford from Filofax. It's suiting me really well. It just feels good, and it also looks very good. The clasp goes well. It's nice and thin, and it doesn't look out of place in a business meeting or when the hardware store, or me just writing casually in the backyard and journaling. So that's my June 2013 update. Thanks for watching. All the details, if you want to find out about my blog, Filofaxuations, are going to be down below. Please subscribe to my channel if you like that. And hey, send me some suggestions. I'm really appreciating people who are sending in a whole range of different things, of videos that they want to see, and questions about my own Filofax. So thank you so much to everyone who's made comments and also contacted me. Please keep them coming, because I get a lot of information and inspiration from you all. So this is Kent from Oz saying thanks again, and I'll see you at another Filofax video.